Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 1 in a series between EmalFan and OrcWorker. Worker spawning as, well, the yellow orc over here at what I'll call the 4 o'clock position. Meanwhile, on the other end of the map, we have EmalFan playing under the name SOK or SOK, if that is how it is pronounced, over here at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position of Turtle Rock. Game number 1 in a series. This was taken from the taken from ESL, one of the recent cups, and yes, they were playing on the official Battle.net servers, hence the reason why I can actually upload this in the full 1080p widescreen edition without stretching the actual game. First of all, I'm going to be saying a lot of stuff in the early portions of the game here, most likely not having much to do with the game at all. You know what? I'm sorry about that. Let me just refocus on the game. I could try and tell a story or some sort of anecdote, but deciding against it. Now, Turtle Rock is one of those maps where you are going to have a lot of room to maneuver for that Blade Master. Blade Master picks up very powerful items from the Ogre Warriors off over here. There are 4 of those creep camps, and they can also use that wind walk strategy to take down this Ogre Magi, pick up a very powerful item, and grab that Watcher Ward. That Watcher Ward then ends up opening this lane here as a permanent sentry, allowing him to know when his opponent perhaps is going to be pressing from this location. Now, Peon is scouting out the more important locations first, making sure that it is not a close spawn and that it is safe for him to actually try and use that Blade Master trick there. You're going to see a Voodoo Lounge. Voodoo Lounge has not been placed down yet. I would have thought that it would have been at least started, instead going for that second Orc Burrow, and that Voodoo Lounge does need to go down unless the Blade Master of Worker is actually attempting to do a bit of, well, harassment. We are going to be looking at Militia making their way down here. Archmage going to drop a Water Elemental, go straight after these Ogre Warriors, launching that first Fireball there, making sure that the Water Elemental is already in position as, well, the Militia are going to clean up everything else. Now, the Blade Master is not going to be able to, well, the Blade Master could get some easy kills here. Ring of Protection +2 has been picked up. Meanwhile, Peon over here may get taken down. It looks like it will get taken out by the Footman as the Blade Master is looking to steal a last bit of experience right here. There it goes. It steals that bit of experience and then wind walks once more, maybe going after this lower hit point peasant. There is one strike. There is another as the, well, a wind walk will finish it off. There it goes, using 150 mana to finish off one peasant, and very nicely played there by EmalFan, making sure to split the peasants so that the Blade Master can only get one more. Now that is 150 gold lost in workers there as the Blade Master now goes for those giant sea turtles. Early pressure already coming on, but EmalFan not letting up at all, going straight for the giant sea turtle down across here, wanting to get to level 2, and will get to level 2 with no real issue. Meanwhile, Blade Master has picked up a Cloak of Shadows that is going to easily be sold for 50 extra gold, as EmalFan is going to catch a Grunt a bit out of position. Alright, some fireballs being launched there as the Archmage is going to be able to push that back right there. So that Archmage doing a good bit of damage there as the Blade Master does finally show up. Archmage now heading back off to the top here. It is most likely not going to be trying to do any additional creeping as the Blade Master is getting some slight damage onto those footmen. That footman running back around every which way as the Archmage, is it Archmage or Archmage? Is it? I see here it's pronounced like Arc in Archetype. I've heard Archetype, like Arc as in like Arc, or Archetype, Archmage. Anyways, it might be one of those regional differences where you say tomato, or there could be a correct pronunciation, and I've just been saying it for years and years. Anyways, Blade Master wandering around here. Sea Turtle Hatching going to be taking some damage. Well, or it will be taking some damage by that Footman. I would have thought that he would have aggroed those creeps right there to try and get taken out. Instead, the Blade Master breaks chase to go after the giant sea turtle. Interesting choice for that particular route. What that allows him to do is pick up an additional item, and let's see if it will pay off for him. It is a Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3. Not as good as Slippers of Agility, but fairly good already, giving him an additional 75 hit points. Archmage is going to be sitting there finishing out that last forest troll. It does have only one item spot left open and only sitting at level 2. Really wanted to get to level 3 before it picked up a Beastmaster and headed into Worker's base. You can see the Troll Shadow Hunter has already been added. Archmage now making its way across here. Boots of Speed is ready to go. Are they going to try and pick up any additional units? You can see there is a Grunt off over here as well. Archmage going after the giant sea turtle outside his opponent's base. Very interesting call here. Is it going to get to level 3? That is the big question. And if it does get to level 3, level 2 water elementals are going to make a very big impact, but no, it's going to be just shy. All right. What is that? 32 experience shy. It may try to go after that location right there. Is there some leftover creeps besides those forests? Oh yeah, no, Ogre Warriors are right there. There you go. Gonna go ahead and drop an additional water elemental there, hoping for the extra mana from level 2 to make a big difference. Dropping the Cloak of Shadows. And it should be attacking that Cloak of Shadows in just a bit. You do not want to give that extra bit of gold to your opponent. Ring of Protection +2, the better item between the two, obviously, as we now see, well, Hexed Footman about to get taken out. All right, so far, Archmage is now heading back off to the north here. He does have 8 armor. He's going to be very difficult to take out, as the Footmen are now still wandering about here. Meanwhile, we do see Priest being added and a Sorceress, with a Mountain King being picked up rather than that Beast Master. Now, the Mountain King is much better as an engagement hero with that stun, picking off units, rather than the harass. Perhaps EmalFan was never planning on harassing the bestiary and the Spirit Lodge as it was being constructed, knowing that all that would do is really slow down and delay the eventual late game of Raiders and Spirit Walkers. Now, we are going to be looking at a handful of Sorceress, but we should also be picking up a number of Spellbreakers. Those Spellbreakers incredibly powerful at taking down those Spirit Walkers and also taking that all-important Spirit Link. Damage is being done straight to those Forest Troll Berserkers first. They have medium armor. They deal high damage, and it looks as though one Footman will get taken out right there. That Forest Troll Warlord wasted no time finishing that off. Dust of Appearance being sure to be used to make sure that the Blade Master is not nearby. Mountain King picks up Devotion Aura and level 2, as we should be looking at an expansion attempt here in just a moment. Blade Master now looking to back off. Let's see, the Archmage is not holding on to any items. Instead, the Mountain King, currently with +5 armor. That is a drastic increase in armor, and armor works really, really well with healing. The reason why is, well, if the amount of damage you are taking per shot is less, but the heal is static, that is going to be a very big difference there. As you can see, Spirit Link quickly being cast there, followed by a Speed Scroll. Speed Scroll being used. Sorceress did cast slow, but the Speed Scroll does max out the movement speed, regardless if you have slow or not. Blade Master now looking to see if there's any easy units to pick off. Sorceress now joining in here, sitting at, well, Initiate training. They are not even at Adept training as of yet. No invisibility, and it does not look like, it looks as though we are going to be getting some training, I believe. Yes, that is going to allow for invisibility, making it much more difficult for the Blade Master to pick off a unit, short of a area disenchant to remove that invisibility. Blade Master very much nearby. Mountain King does have Dust of Appearance, keeping track of that Blade Master. Blade Master always within striking range. There is that Blade Master. There's the Dust of Appearance. Blade Master is revealed. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, we are, as the Archmage instead going to pick up that Potion of Greater Mana. Is it going to be given to the Mountain King? Mountain King already at 210 mana, so the Mountain King is comfortably sitting near max mana already, especially with that Archmage currently sitting at level 3 with level 1 Brilliance Aura. Raiders of Worker doing some quick work on the Ogre Lord here. Should get an ensnare down if the Ogre Lord does try to back off. The Ogre Warriors and the remaining units walking back and forth. No ensnare went down. Interesting call, as you just want to be attacking any unit that is, well, currently walking back and forth. There goes another Shockwave. Large amount of damage dealt, but Rune of Healing quickly mitigates that. Tome of Experience, extra 100 experience right there. Blade Master will get to 4. Shadow Hunter will stay at 3, but be on the cusp of 4, as things do move on into what I will call the solid mid to late game right now. It looks as though Worker has his army all propped up and ready to go. No real armor right there. Invisible Footman does keep track of the Orc army, and that Invisible Footman really allowing EmalFan to creep out some difficult creep camps with the ease and knowledge that he is not going to get interrupted. Now you can see the Footman is off over here, so this is going to be the opportunity for EmalFan to come into this position. He knows he has about 15 to 20 seconds to finish off this Ogre Lord. Spellbreakers focusing down that Ogre Lord right now. Ogre Lord taking a lot of damage. Blade Master is very much nearby. Is it going to get finished off? Hood of Cunning is picked up by the Mountain King, and the Blade Master is trying to steal some easy kills. It will not be able to do that, I don't believe. Still sitting at level 4, and all of a sudden EmalFan is looking absolutely strong. That Mountain King was rather low on hit points, but real efficient work by those priests healing back up that Mountain King, as we're already looking at, well, a sizable army. I gotta believe, yeah, in the mid 60s now. 62 supply compared to 58. Both sides not staying at a 50 supply army before engaging. Now, it looks like there is a small advantage for the Archmage and that Mountain King right there. There is invisibility on the Mountain King. However, the Blade Master knows that something is awry. As we now move in off over here. All right, there is a Footman. And what is going to be happening? There's that Blade Master. Blade Master going straight after the Archmage. Archmage, quick invisibility, now trying to back off. Once again, Mountain King is in that front position. There is a quick bash, and there goes a Raider. Archmage is going to be dropping down a Water Elemental here in just a moment. There is a lot of slow being cast. Blade Master getting in a 126 critical strike as another disenchant does go down. All right, Spellbreakers continuing this fight here. Raider gets taken down. Priest gets taken down. Both sides losing many of their tier 2 units, the casters and the Raiders. Spirit Walkers still freely casting that disenchant to remove much of the slow, as we now finally see EmalFan turning tail and running just a bit. All right, repositioning themselves. Archmage, is it going to finish off the Blade Master? Blade Master now down to 240. Invisibility now on the Archmage. Archmage now looking to back off. Potion of Invulnerability on Worker. Worker trying to slice his way through all of these units. There you see a Speed Scroll and a Scroll of Healing being used right there, as it looks as though a Raider will get taken down. Kodo Beast is slowly digesting the Spellbreaker. Peasants are getting taken down. No peons in this battle, but the slow on all of these units may come back to haunt, as Worker's army is naturally separating. All right, Mountain King continuing to engage. Has a Potion of Mana still. That Healing Wave a day late and $1 short. Mountain King could turn around Stormbolt and then use a Potion of Greater Mana to really heal back up here in just a moment. Spellbreaker now taken down. Mountain King really needs to find what to do. He does have level 2 bash here. We still see a big retreat, as Worker has a lot of grunts, but those grunts are relatively low on life. All right, Shadow Hunter in the backfield here. Blade Master going after the Water Elemental. Water Elemental will get taken down. Archmage. Archmage is still unable to do very much. Blade Master still wandering around here. Another Healing Wave does come through. Grunt going after a Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker trying to finish off some of these units, not having very much luck. Is the Mountain King Stormbolting? Yes, a Raider, as the Shadow Hunter now sitting at level 5. Mountain King, level 3 Healing Wave, I believe. A Bash comes in, finishes off one Raider. A Grunt going to get taken down, as the lines are not very defined. Archmage all of a sudden sitting at level 5. Level 3 Water Elementals are in the books, as the Blade Master is still sitting at level 4, still fighting every which way. Mountain King needs to get away. Mountain King gonna pop back up, drops that level 3 Water Elemental, as the units are now still full on chasing and engaging. Spellbreakers now trying to pull back here. Water Elemental dealing a large bit of damage. Spellbreaker gets taken down. Blade Master finally at 5. Mountain King has the mana. Will it be able to land a Stormbolt? That is the question on any unit, and no Stormbolt. I would have thought a Stormbolt onto this one Grunt right there would have been enough to at least steal another 3 supply from his opponent. And yes, it will be enough right there. 43 over 70 compared to 47 over 72. Yeah, more than a 10% difference in those armies right now. Mountain King still has plenty of mana ready to go. Shadow Hunter using a Clarity Potion. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Are we going to see a Stormbolt anywhere? There's an engage. No bash at all, as the engagement now coming underway. What's going to be happening as the units are all now full on running back and forth? Murloc, Nightcrawler, Gargantuan Sea Turtle. There's a Stormbolt onto the Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter taking a lot more damage. Was that a bash follow-up? Not quite sure. Spirit Link, Speed Scroll, Healing Wave as the Shadowhunter now tries to get away. Mountain King gets a bash on to the Blade Master. Blade Master now staying alive. Mountain King still in position, has enough mana still for 2 more Stormbolts and counting, as the Archmage does have level 2 Brilliance Aura. Mountain King sitting up to 175. Is he going to perhaps land a clap? No, he is not. I believe he only has level 2 Bash. 232 critical strike. Mountain King now looking to back off. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto the Blade Master? Blade Master still looking very alive here. Mountain King has plenty of mana, I believe the Stormbolt is on cooldown. There goes another Stormbolt. There's a bash, and the Blade Master may be in trouble. Now out of mana. Blade Master is in trouble. Down as the Mountain King was able to finish it off. Spellbreaker stripping the mana from the Blade Master. And the Blade Master, without mana, no Scroll of Town Portal, and no ability to Windwalk, gets caught a bit too deep. Mountain King now looking to finish off OrcWorker's one Raider. It still gets finished off even though the Ensnare went down. There goes Stormbolt onto a Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast is incredibly slowed right now. Spellbreakers are in position, and they are fighting a battle here as the rest of the army is now joining up. All right, one Spellbreaker getting caught in transit, but I do not believe it is going to matter. Mountain King still climbing in mana. Peons now joining in on the fight. They need Spirit Link to really be of any use at all, but the Spirit Walkers are low on mana as well. Blade Master going to finish off a Water Elemental 160 critical strike right there. No Kodo Beast, no 200 hit point critical strike at all, no Claws of Attack +6 as Worker gives the GG. EmalFan takes game number 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. A real drawn out battle between the two, but Worker in that almost last battle committed too much to that fight. That Blade Master far too deep, unable to Windwalk past his own units, and well, the caster's range, the Mountain King's stuns, followed by the bash, giving him the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.